Hi everyone, welcome to this week. I am going to pop in some images from the exhibition, The Wall. Starting with Keith Hamilton, he's one of the five. As you come in the door on the left, this is Keith's fantastic black and white work. Going round my very busy end wall, Rosemary Pilcher is adjacent to me, and this is Sandy Schofield. She has ceramics and lots of collage work. And last but not least, Sally Northern. Experimenting this, I haven't had a chance to touch or to do any more to the paper bag painting, but it put me in mind of a Linocut that I did a long time ago. This is what I'm talking about. And yesterday I thought, oh, I had some leftover, it's fatal, I had some leftover green paint, and I just thought, oh, I wonder what will happen, whether there'll be a reaction with this ink. And I don't think there has been. I have had thoughts of cutting it up and using it as collage material, but I am reluctant to do that. So, oh gosh, see, standing on there, I'm thinking, oh, I just don't know. When I just don't know, I need to just put it out and keep looking at it. And I do apologise. I notice in the videos when I edit, I'm always sniffing and scratching. It's hay fever. I don't suffer badly, but I do get very itchy and runny eyes and a runny nose, so that's what that is. I've been digging around and I've found some of my old lino work. Oh gosh, that one's got a big hole. Yeah, there are some holes in these. But I can't find the florals, which means they're somewhere else completely. However, there are a couple of pieces of lino here. I have got some phenomenal tools here that I've had. They've just been sitting quietly. So I'm thinking, you know what I'm thinking? Oh, why don't I have a go? And then I'm thinking, if I have a go, why don't I then try printing from my lino directly onto a piece of work? So I might try and see if I can get something of this out of the lino. I have got some inks. I've got some inks somewhere in big tubes. So I think that's what I'm going to attempt to do. You can do a pencil drawing. That would be the sensible thing to do a pencil drawing. But I'm too impatient to do the pencil drawing. So I forgot, it's quite hard work. I've got something out here, but it's very therapeutic digging around in the lino. I have a piece of glass here. I don't know why I've got the hammer. I've got a roller and I need the ink. I've got some very old art print. This is water-based printing ink. It's been a long time since I've done anything like this. There is some gloopy ink coming out. Where is the lino? I had the lino, I've lost the lino. How is this possible? Okay, I'm actually going to print on the paper bag. I've decided. Oh, I wish I had a bit more room here. Right. smooth the glass. I'm going to use a dry roller. More ink, I think more ink is needed. So I took out too much here. That's annoying. That ink is drying up fast. I'm going to take that one and I'm going to press it straight onto the paperwork. So I pressed in here on the paper and I can see I definitely need to have another go with the Linocut. I'm not unhappy with that. And I'll cut the paper bag. I've been messing with what is left. I remembered the ink's drying too fast now, but you can draw into what's on the plate, put your paper down and pull a monoprint that way. So just, oh, it's so nice just to mess about and try and get the old cogs to remember the processes. I just picked up some of the ink with the paper bag. I got the faintest kind of effect because I've realised too late I'm not going to put more ink out, and then I went again. I'm going to have to do more and try and remember not to cut too much away. I'm quite excited to start another paper bag painting on paper and keep it quite monotone, just black and white paper bag. Black, white and paper bag only. I'm really worried that if anyone's watching and they're really into their Linocuts, they're going to be so horrified at my method. I just want to have a go. I like seeing what comes accidentally, and if I try to aim for perfection, it will just stop me in my tracks. Don't be horrified. So what would you do? What could you do if you didn't have to do it perfectly? You'd do so much, wouldn't you? You end up doing so much. And we're all different, and I have enormous respect for people that can do perfection. But I don't want it to stop me from having a go. I've come up this morning and I'm going to have before lunch, I'm going to have another go with my tools. So a complete experiment here. I'm wondering if I take my gel plate, what would happen if I try and roll, I've never done it, try and roll some acrylic. So I'm going to put out a bit of acrylic paint. I bet the rollers are all in the house drying. They are. Right, I'll run down to the house and get the rollers because I've forgotten them. And I'm going to give it a go. Here goes then. Ignore the pen. This is just rough. This is experimenting. What will we get? I've got a white paper bag here. Well, it's not great. I'm not going to waste what's on the roller or on my gel plate. This is a really old, another one of the old prints. I'm just going to do something like that. And also my eye has just travelled down to another piece of work on paper. And I could press that gel plate on there And I could keep going on that now. I don't know which way round. So I'll go down, I'll wash that off completely and go in with the ink. The next thing I thought about was actually, before I go and clean up, what would happen if I put the ink on the gel plate. Rather than the glass. We're about to find out. That's quite interesting. Wow, that's quite interesting. So let's have a think. So I could cut this guy. I could just cut round. I could make him, I'm going to get in a very inky mess. Well, I've tucked him in. There's something fizzy about it. I quite like it with the green. Craig had, well, both of us actually, had a little delivery and some really lovely stiff brown paper that I'm going to use. I've been experimenting a bit more and it's slowly coming back to me, some of the nice cutting techniques. So I gave the lino a bit of a wash to get as much of the green out as I can, and I'll have another go and print on here this morning. I also just wanted to say, you might remember the boat painting, and I'm really thrilled. Craig's got it in a frame for me, and a really lovely viewer is going to have this painting. If there are any paintings that anybody spots or sees, if you're interested, have a look on the website and you'll find the shop and the address, my email address. Just drop me a line, drop me an email, and I can give, as I've said before, the shipping is quite high to the States, to Canada, to Australia, but I can let you know after I've packaged everything really carefully, had it weighed, measured, I can let you know. So this is boat painting at last in its frame. It's taken time, that one. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera. I'll use the ink for this next bit of printing and see what comes. I'm drawing in then. The ink is so dried, it's really has dried up a lot. So I've been cut the lino, printed it onto here, cut it out, some more cutouts, and just been playing around. And then I picked up another little bit of collage material. This all looks very congested. That's a good word. There's congestion. I really like, there's some breathing space over here. One of you lovely viewers suggested they preferred the square, and I might be now inclined to agree with you. So a little bit every day is really nice. I'll leave it here for now. Come back in if I can. Where are we? I will be back. I will be able to get back up tomorrow at some point and have another go. And I keep thinking I really should be painting. I've got things I should be doing. I could be doing card work, but this is so engaging, and how lovely to get back together with the bit of lino and the tools, and just remembering a few things that you can do with those tools to create pattern. I'll go and get washed up, and I think without a doubt the ink is more, I think it's made for ink and not the acrylic. So we'll keep going, keep building on that. Okay, and glorious, we've got out of the gloomy weather again and some beautiful sunshine today. Put it there. I particularly like this area that I printed up yesterday, so I might do a bit more of that today. These are a couple of my current sketchbook pages, and I made a note. I talked about the Austin Kleon book, and from that, one of you suggested I subscribe to the Austin Kleon weekly newsletter, which is really good. And he has a list this week, the first of 10 things worth sharing. And I had to make a note of this, I loved it. He says it doesn't matter if it's good right now, it just needs to exist. I think that's the best thing I've read this week. So another thing to write large, don't worry what it looks like at the moment. If you need to get it out, you just get it out and feel all the better for it. And another lovely viewer said in the comments last week she could feel a series coming on, and I replied and said, yes, I think the alliums have got legs. I think this has got legs on it. I definitely think that I can expand on this. And that is the thrill of mucking around, messing about, not having an outcome in mind. Every little bit of whatever it is that might not look good at the moment will feed something. Okay, boat painting is being packed up and shipped out. I've got masking tape on him at the moment, just on that top section, but I'm really enjoying this one, and I don't feel that I need to do too much more, so I need to get a move on if I've got any chance of getting that down there, because I'll need to finish it and get a couple of layers of top coat on there and make sure that this frame is immaculate. So there's plenty to do. There's nothing better when your paint gets to the end of the pot, being able to go directly in. I've got hints of pink and green in there as well in one area. I've gone in, I cut up, I repeated the process you've already seen on the lino. I printed out on that paper and I cut out some shapes over here and here. I've gone in with paint in areas. I mixed up a little bit more of that pink, and my thinking was to try and get some sense of a band, some lineation. I don't know, you know when you look in the garden and it's kind of, there are layers, aren't there, suggesting tiers, maybe a tiered garden, I don't know. But I'm going to stop here because I think with this it's just a little bit at a time, and I might not do that much more. I need to strengthen up in this top corner or not, I don't know. I might just add more, I don't know, but I might know tomorrow. So what wanted to come out today is out, and that's enough. I've been playing around some more, pulling with I hate wasting the ink, pulling the ink and just scratching into it before printing. But that will be for another piece, something else, because to my mind, it doesn't fit. It belongs somewhere else, it doesn't fit on here. So we'll see if I can incorporate some pieces like that. So where are we? I haven't got very far on that piece I showed you earlier, and I'm looking, all my walls are very bare because everything is down in the exhibition from this end, but the surfaces are covered. I can't see the table again. 2 tables just loaded and I can't see a surface. So I am going to have a little tidy down before another session, I think, this afternoon. I'm exhausting my paper bag supplies because I'm doing so much experimentation, and lots of you have said you keep paper bags. We go on holiday and pick up little postcards and little things, and I love that little bag that they get slipped into, and I can never put them in the bin. Whatever you're up to, have a great week, and as Austin Kleon says, if it doesn't look great at the moment, it doesn't matter, because whatever needs to come out, let it come out. Have a lovely week, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.